What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shawn CPA coming back at you with another video. Today, we're going to talk about the difference between being a W-2 employee or a 1099 contractor, what you need to know about both, and how to choose between the two if you have the option, I guess. So, again, hit the bell notification button to get a notification whenever I post videos. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I always respond. Any kind of engagement helps the channel grow. All right, let's get into this. So, let's establish what these two things are. A W-2 employee is somebody who works for a company hourly or is salaried. Typically, they get some sort of health benefit. Maybe they get a 401k match, IRA match, some sort of benefits. They can get discounted rates for insurance, things like that. A 1099 contractor is essentially, think of like sports, right? A free agent. You don't work for this company, but you're doing work for the company, right? So if I was a 1099 contractor at Nike, I wouldn't be somebody who works at Nike. I would be somebody who is giving their services to Nike on a contract basis. Therefore the term contractor. So somebody who is a 1099 contractor, they obviously don't get a W-2. They typically don't get any sort of benefits with the company that they're doing work for. They don't get health insurance. They don't get an IRA or a 401k match or any of that kind of stuff. They just get paid for the services that they're rendering. And at the end of the year, they're issued a Form 1099 NEC now in 2021 and 2020 that states how much they were paid. And there's no tax withheld from that. Whereas with the W-2 employee, they get obviously their W-2 at the end of the year saying this was your salary. This is how much you put into your retirement plan. This is how much we put in. This is how much you paid for insurance. This is how much tax we did withhold for you and sent to the IRS. And here's how much tax we withheld for you with the state, Medicare, all that stuff. Those are the two differences. Now, I do know of people who they have the option to choose at their job whether they want to be a 1099 employee or a 1099 contractor or a W-2 employee. And actually, my friends ask me stuff like this all the time with their ventures. And what I say is it really depends on the situation of the business that you're in. There's no right or wrong answer. Generally, if you're an employee, you have a lot more restrictions. That's why they give you so many cushy benefits, because I don't want to say they own you, but you can only work there really. Like, you're probably stuck in one job. They want you there. They don't want you to leave. That's why they give you these benefits. And you're performing these duties and somebody watches over you. There's no negotiations. You're not saying, hey, for this project, pay me this much. For this project, pay me that much, right? You work for this company. Now, the thing people don't talk about is being a W-2 employee for a company. That's the only thing you're doing. It restricts a lot of your freedoms as a taxpayer to take certain deductions and make certain tax strategic moves versus a 1099 contractor, where you're essentially your own business and the company that's issuing you the 1099 is a client of yours. So I have a friend, for example, who is a dentist. She had the option to either work as a W-2 employee at a clinic or become a 1099 contractor for them. We talked about it and she ended up choosing 1099 contractor because now she essentially has her own company that she started and she performs dental work for this clinic. In doing that, she gets certain tax benefits that she wouldn't have gotten as a W-2 employee. For example, she gets to write off some of her automobile, her mileage and gas, stuff like that. She gets to write off, let's say her scrubs, her tools that she purchases as a dentist, her continuing education that she might, go to seminars and conferences that otherwise would have been paid by the clinic. She has to pay now, but she gets a deduction for those things. Her travel and meals for those conferences and things of that nature. Marketing, her own website, her own business, like her software that she needs to keep track of her payments and, maybe a QuickBooks subscription or hiring a bookkeeper or someone to do her taxes, she can deduct those things. Versus if she was a W-2 employee at her clinic, she can't, because that's just the kind of the way the system works. Is you're not a business owner if you're only a W-2 employee. You don't have a company. You don't have a contract between two companies where it's the Shawn company is doing business with Nike. It's Shawn the individual is working for Nike. That limits a lot of the deductions you can take. You can't deduct things because they're not expenses related in your trade or business, quote unquote. Versus if I was a contractor, suddenly some of those expenses are expenses, real valid tax expenses in the course of my trade or business, and therefore they are deductible. It also gives you more freedom to render your services to other businesses because you are a free agent. I know a lot of companies, you work there as a W-2 employee and you're not allowed to work for other companies. They don't let you render certain services. I've worked at companies where I couldn't offer tax advice to friends and family because the company that I work for decided, if you're going to make money, you make it working for our clients, period. If I was a 1099 contractor, they couldn't do that, or I wouldn't have to take it. So those are the differences. Those are the pros and cons of that. Definitely something to think about. It's actually a major decision for a lot of people, and it has a big impact on your tax situation. My friend, for example, after making a certain point of money, she's way better off as a contractor, gives her way more freedom, and will help her lower her tax liability versus if she was a W-2 employee, she'd probably be paying more in taxes. But again, it's a case-by-case basis. Definitely think about this for your own situation. If you need my help, all my contact information is in the bio below. You can book a call with me. You can work with my company, Neutron Tax. We can do business together, and I can advise you and help you come up with a solution. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. Leave me a comment. I respond to all my comments. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that stuff. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate any and all engagement. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Shawn Gill, CPA. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.